Morning, Steve Frady in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, overnight prices are about unchanged in corn and wheat, and soybeans are a little bit lower. Kind of an interesting trade going on in the U.S. cash soybean markets. Afloat barges south of where we've got the cold weather and the river issues are very strong as they try to load beans for the end of this export program. But as you move forward, like March barges were cheaper yesterday. Soybean crushers have got 5 to 6 weeks ownership. They're backing their basis off a little bit. When we look at the March Brazil meal prices, April prices are cheaper than U.S. and for May, Brazil soybean prices are cheaper than U.S. So we're going to be watching pretty closely this inverse and see if it can continue, or if we start seeing a little bit of weakness once we get the March contracts off the board. Corn basis domestically about unchanged. I would think that the logistics issues will support prices, but farmers still have corn to sell, and we've got 3% of the Texas crop planted versus 3% average, and that kind of reminds us that corn planting is just around the corner, and the corn market will start trading March, April U.S. weather as one of its main features. Kind of an important day for the wheat market. All markets are kind of overbought on this recent rally, but wheat is up against some pretty strong resistance levels. We'll see if we back off that technically or if we push through it. The Texas crop again was seeing a lower rating than last week, and this continues to underscore some of the concern about the U.S. hard winter wheat crop. When it does come out of dormancy, it's going to need a rain, and if it doesn't get that rain, you could see a little bit higher wheat prices because of the dryness across the southern plains. The weather is cold here in the Midwest, should stay cold through the first week in March. Then we'll have to see if we get back to some more seasonal temperatures. The forecast actually does call for some rains in the dry areas of California. We are seeing talks of El Nino. Australia is already talking about dryness in Queensland and New South Wales. There's water rationing in the Malaysian capital, and all these things are very El Nino-ish. But El Nino also historically spells out maybe normal crop for the U.S. Midwest. Overnight, the Chinese currency was down sharply, some concerns about their economy. That's triggering some little profit taking in stocks and gold and copper and crude oil and coffee, sugar, all the markets that have been up this week. So we'll see if that's any follow through on profit taking there. As always, these are my thoughts, not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services, and have a safe and profitable trading day.
That's his favorite place. She was at the football game last night.